everyone. We're here at Teravarna with Ayla in Budapest, Hungary, and she is one of our artists, and we are interviewing her today. How are you? How are you doing this morning?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, it's great to see your studio finally. First of all, I was going to ask you about your name, right? So
I tell you, it's a long story. When I was in high school, I think, one day I called one of my classmates. She wasn't at home, or her grandma picked up the phone. And I introduced myself. My Hungarian name sounds like Résiva. She couldn't hear it well, so next day my classmate comes in the classroom and said, "Anybody knows someone like Illa? Illa, which in English comes Illaria Rez, okay?
Illaria Rez, yeah.
So this is how I combined somehow.
Okay.
And this is the name I use for my art.
For your art, but everywhere else you're
Everywhere else I am Eva.
Eva, okay. Everybody else, like your friends call you Eva. But your art
Actually, nobody calls me Eva.
Really?
No.
So they call you Ayla.
Everybody uses some nickname. For example, my husband, my children.
Sure.
Everyone.
No, Ayla is the name.
No, cool.
Okay, got it. Okay, excellent. What kind of paintings do you do? Like, is there a specific style?
I found a very nice word for it. They call it lyrical abstract. Have you ever heard this?
Yeah, I've heard of lyrical abstract.
I prefer to use this word because I'm not that much figurative. Although I started to paint these children portraits by encaustic, and this is absolutely figurative. But the other paintings you can see on the wall, a little bit abstract, but more of them are landscapes. And I use a lot of water.
A lot of water as a subject. Okay, got it. Okay. But these are what medium do you?
First, I started with acrylic.
Okay.
Then I started to learn oil painting. That one, for example, you cannot show it now.
Yeah.
But mainly in the last 1 year, I used wax. Cold wax with oil painting and hot wax as encaustic. And I don't like it. So I think this medium will be mine for the next few years.
So is it why it's like the texture that I see on your
Because the texture,
okay,
and it's so wide, so it's more. I cannot say wow. It's not a very smooth layer, you see.
Right.
So I think it can add a lot of the subject.
And what's your favorite medium? Is that your favorite medium?
Yes, this is my favorite.
And what's your process? I mean, how do you do that?
Now, this depends on the medium.
Okay.
If it's an acrylic painting. I started these paintings with a definite idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then while I was working, it all comes from my head or my feelings. But when you talk about the portraitures, I use a photograph and I try to follow as much as I can. But interestingly enough, it always changes somehow.
Deviates, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially their eyes, especially the look, always trying to tell something. Maybe not about them, but about me.
Right.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. So how do you discover this process? I mean, did it just come to you?
It just came to me by Instagram. I just saw a woman.
Oh, Instagram. Okay.
That's Instagram.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I always watch Instagram for other artists, like artist groups.
Yeah.
So one day I saw a beautiful portrait, an acoustic portrait, and I looked for the artist. Her name is Laura Murphy. She lives in Ireland and she's wonderful. And I decided to go to her workshop. So last September, I went to Ireland for 10 days and started to learn everything about acoustic. Before that, I never did.
What's her name again?
Laura Murphy.
Laura Murphy. Okay, she has a workshop in Ireland.
Not just one.
Okay, okay.
She is a member of a huge organization, international acoustic artist organization, and so she is my mentor, so to say.
Okay.
In this.
So you kind of learned a lot of things from her and worked
yes,
with her
yes.
on workshops.
And so I definitely would like to continue to paint these children's portraits.
Right.
It's very close.
And these are painted in is this acrylic?
No, this is acoustic.
Encaustic, okay.
So this is hot wax painting. And do you use a heat gun?
Right, heat gun, yeah, exactly. No. And that's what she does, exactly?
Yes.
Okay.
She's a master of this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we'd like to know more about her. So you call your art style lyrical abstract?
Yeah, lyrical abstract. Yeah, mainly that.
And as far as your inspiration goes, what mainly inspires you?
Difficult. Other artists paintings. I go to exhibitions, to shows, to galleries, museums, and I get inspiration there, or sometimes from my own head, which is interesting from my own dreams.
Oh, really?
For example, I think I had at least 20 very remarkable dreams during my life. And I mean really dreams while I was sleeping. And in the last 30, 40 years, I always wrote them down. So I started to paint those very, very important dreams. And it's fun because while I'm swimming in the swimming pool, I try to see those dreams very vividly in my mind. And I somehow slowly will put together all the details of those images. And I want to make a series of that one as well. But it cannot be encaustic. It can be only acrylic or oil. I don't know.
So this is your series of the dreams that you've seen growing, right?
This is very, very serious. And it will be oil painting, so because it's figurative.
Have you done any out of the series? And no, we haven't started that yet.
No. This one is the first series, the portraiture.
Sure. Okay. And when did you start painting in art?
It started in, I think, 6 years ago. No, when I was in high school, I took the art faculty. So I drew and paint very well. But during those years, somehow I fell in love with literature and linguistics and languages. So the university, I studied Hungarian and Italian literature and stopped creating, unfortunately. 6 years ago, I decided to renew our house's swimming pool. It's 120 square meters, so it was a huge task.
Right.
And I did it so well. I designed it for months. And when it became ready and we finished, one of my friends came and said, "You have to do this. Please go and take a course on interior design." So I went.
Okay.
I did that course. It was last for 1.5 years. And although I finished it with excellent results, I decided not to do that. But during those years, I drew and paint a lot. And I enjoyed it. And I realized that I enjoyed it the most So I don't want to design anyone's home. Instead, I want to paint and draw for myself. So this is how it started. And then I took a lot of courses, live and online as well, because the COVID, I courses online as well. And I learned whatever I could. And now I think I will go and take other courses as well, because it helps a lot and gives you a lot of inspiration to be with others and to learn from them as well.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that you were in the workshop for 10 days shows that you're serious about it.
With a lot of Americans and Canadians. I think I was the only one from Europe.
Okay, so how many people were there? Right? There was a lot.
Oh, that was a huge conference. We were in 40, I think.
Oh, wow. So 40 were there in the workshop?
We had different groups for workshops. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So the next question is, what about the challenges you faced? Like, were there any challenges that you had while
promoting myself?
Promoting yourself.
It was just very difficult.
Yes.
And as far as I know, you should be post almost every day something about yourself or your art
on Instagram. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And this is so frustrating because I always think either I draw and paint or make advertisements.
Absolutely.
No, it's very hard.
So it's almost like you need someone there,
yes,
like a gallery or like a own manager who can, can do this for you. Like it's no longer yourself.
This is the biggest.
Yeah, I guess the algorithms work in such a way that it kind of pulls you down if you don't, always are talking about yourself or,
Yeah, it's not like my style.
Right, because you'd rather be in the studio.
Yeah.
I know how it is kind of from my own personal experience. And let me ask you about Teravarna. So how did you hear about Teravarna?
On Instagram as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, because I saw that you invited artists for this Abiya's the second show. And I applied for it, and I received a letter that you want to make a solo exhibition for me. So this is why we are here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't get to know every single part of it. I mean, there's a really good team who does all this.
But you will be there on Friday?
I'll be there on Friday, absolutely. For Art Bias, yes, I cannot miss it. I was there last year too.
Yeah?
I was there, yeah. I mean...
I didn't know about this gallery, unfortunately, but I will go and see this Golden Duck Gallery.
Okay. So you didn't know before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, got it, yeah. Yeah, so we just started this last year, Art Bias last year, and we gave it the name and then, the inception Katya and I, we started. And then I think it'll be like really good because we have artists from all over the world.
So 80 artists.
Exactly. They have a big gallery. The gallery is pretty nice and pretty roomy and yeah. And my other question would be: is there something you want Teravarna to do for you, or you would want us to improve on, or for us to know?
I don't know if you have persons within your group who will deal with artists from artistic point of view. I mean, who would come and see my paintings here and would say, okay, I think you should go to this path, or you should leave this because this is not so sellable, for example. It's not so trendy.
Right.
If there is someone like this person,
we do have people who are basically art. They're basically artists themselves, and they know the art market, and they are behind, like they have art degrees and everything. But the problem with that is, first of all, to approach you, like we have to fly to Hungary, right? That's one thing. So since I'm here now, I'm somewhat of an artist too. But so yeah, I mean, I can tell. But the other genuine problem is the art market shifts so easily it's so difficult to predict. Sometimes we feel like, we get an artwork from an artist, we feel like, okay, that's not that great. And what happened was that was the first art that sold on Artsy, and we were like, I don't know how it happened.
Unpredictable.
Exactly. That's to be honest with you, that's the weird thing. Sometimes we'll see the statistic. Like we'll see how many artwork which artwork is getting the most viewed artwork, right? Or lot. But even then, we don't know. Like all of a sudden, yesterday the artwork that the person wanted to buy was something that I wouldn't have considered. I wouldn't have thought of. All of a sudden, out of the blue, they just emailed us, and we don't worry about it and we'll buy it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that kind of stuff.
Do you think you can sell so small pieces like my children?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes?
We can sell.
Because people speak and tell all the time that you have to create big one.
To be honest with you, big one is a problem I'm seeing. Big means like if it's too big. The size that you have are like these sizes
It's okay.
are pretty good.
It's pretty
But
good.
anything bigger, then they have to plan there, and people are moving into smaller apartments, smaller, So I think, having too big is a problem. I'm thinking it kind of fascinates people to see the big. It's wow, the wow factor is there. But ultimately, buying into it, I'm not really sure, unless you're rich or you're like art share or
some corporate buyers.
Collector corporate buyers. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know who's gonna really pull it.
Okay.
Especially for emerging artists. That's the truth. There are exceptions, of course. Everything has an exception, but sometimes you might have someone who really falls in love with that piece. But usually, I think smaller pieces, the ones that you have there in the wall, which really soon photograph, are I think the way to go. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, excellent. It's been really nice talking to you.
Yes, very nice.
And thank you very much. I hope
Right,
best for you. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.